anything on YouTube. I mean, you know, depending on what you consider to be child exploitation materials, stuff like Baby Burlesque, Shirley Temple's first picture, I consider that to be child exploitation materials. You're not going to find the full-on, you know, rape of these children. But you're going to find shit that you'll definitely think is inappropriate. You can find all sorts of murder. You can find all sorts of violence. You can find endless videos of the Israelis committing genocide, where the videos you're seeing, maybe you're not seeing it up close, but what you're seeing is hundreds, if not thousands of people being killed at one time. Newest video I saw of a school being targeted in an airstrike, where the children had to take cover and a lot of them got fucked up from it. Not continue to. It's coming. They're gonna do it to us. Go look at the pictures of Gaza before 2023. It's not the desert wasteland tent city you think it is or was. It was a metropolis, just like where you live, if not nicer in some cases. If you don't think that they'll do that to us, you're out of your fucking mind. We have to do this before they do it again. 29 is right around the corner. They love their 100-year cycles. They seem to be going like 101 years this time. Because, you know, 1718 was the Spanish flu. Got COVID in 19. You know, they had a mini recession in 2008, 2009. Same thing 100 years ago. They're not very smart. The people that control, the Jays that control things, they're stupid. The Jays aren't smart people. They're really fucking disgusting, awful people, and it's okay that you say that. They are the worst. And you have no loyalty to them. Why would you? You know, why would you not call out what you see? These people, as a practice, is what's considered to be the most important mitzvah, one of the most important aspects of their religion, is the cutting and sucking of baby penises for circumcision. Now that might disgust you, that might make you, oh, I don't want to hear about that. Well, yeah, well, it's fucking real. And if they're willing to do that to their own people, what are they willing to do to us? There is a fucking genocide taking place. Women and children, so many children are being, I just don't even, like, it's concerned about the name of the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America, the Gulf of, that's, whoa. Let them pull the story that, you know, a statue is coming down. They're going to take down a statue of a Confederate leader. And you better believe a whole bunch of the same stupid people will your mom's gonna be mad. She got an auto insurance like solicitation that says senior citizen home health care. Oh man. It is mean. Wow. You know, I'm very proud of my children. But you know, I did the easy part. You know, raising them is absolutely a whole different thing. And I'm proud of the kids that they are, the people that they are, and all that. and it's taking a lot of work. But that's doing what I'm supposed to do. You know. Nick, do you want a sandwich? Nick, do you want a sandwich? Sorry. Like look at we have a stupid troll on here right now, right? So regardless of why he's here, because you'll never actually find out why give me so much attention. They won't say what has them so upset. But instead of, you know, putting whatever that shit is down, that jealousy, that infatuation, whatever you want to call it, instead of putting that down and being like, dude, you're right, we need to fucking rid ourselves of this disgusting cult, they're gonna come in and talk shit. Now, who is that? Is that an American? Is that a good person? Is that somebody that you want to be associated with? Somebody that's like, you know, we could try to fix or communicate whatever we can about the Jays and remove this disgusting cult. We could do that, but I want to talk about you. Like, how fucking strange is that? Well, my bad then. My bad. If I jump to conclusions on that one, I'm sorry. Somebody else will come in any minute and fill in those shoes. Why is everybody so fucking complacent with all this? I mean, at the very least, it's your tax dollars. Look at these roads. Look at this shit. Look how bad this is. This Michigan roads, as far as you can see, it's just what it is. You're telling me putting fucking YOU, my cool what? Come on, dude. Get yours right. It's such a trivial, personal, you know, doesn't matter level. Wouldn't $3.8 billion a year better suited fixing these roads? Personally, I think there are much better uses for it, but I'm just saying, isn't fixing our roads, our infrastructure more important than supplying Israel with their genocide? What are we doing? I can't even like go on social media anymore. I can't look into it. I don't look the news up. I can't do any of it because I just don't understand. It happens. What's up, you sexy man? How you doing, dude? I can't believe how big you are, man. I know. You better. I want my card. That's all I can say. I want my RPA, man. We are all human, so we should be looking out for our brother and sister human beings. There are human beings being eliminated right now, vaporized. And really, they have it the easiest, because imagine what it would be like to be one of the adults whose child is killed in front of you. Children are killed in front of you. Like, if you're watching, like, share, and sub, and get used to hearing that, because I'm going to say it a bunch. If you're watching, like, share, and I'm the one that's not scared to say it. You know anybody else not scared to say it? Share them too. But I don't even think most of the people understand. Like, most of the people still think Israel is the problem. And they just don't understand that Israel is Sorry. Yes, thank you. Like, share, sub. Do it. Show the system that, maybe you don't have the ability to do what I do. Not everybody does. That's okay. Most of us are followers. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. If you're following the right things, if you're following the good things, and you're contributing to that thing getting better, that you're doing your part. How does anybody condone this shit? These people have been raping children and men and women in Hollywood since they built it. According to their narrative, they built it. And the entire time they've been exploiting everyone else. It's been nothing but nepotism, and it's been used to control everything. And they really hot actresses that you're like, why don't they make movies anymore? It's because they got raped. People only care about themselves. Well, and that's the thing, is like, having that understanding, that's how I'm approaching it. You understand that this is affecting you. This has to do with you. If you have family, what do you think, when they institute a new draft, then what? When they start taking your children to murder them so they can fight the war that the Israelis have opted out of fighting. Because they know they have us, because Jake Sullivan promised them us. It's affecting you. They literally take your fucking tax dollars to do this. That's why I keep focusing on that. I get how selfish everyone is. And this affects you. I feel a civil war will happen if they start a draft. You'd like to think so. No such thing as a civil war. But see, that's the key. The thing is, like, that's why women are the key. That's why women are the most targeted. That's why, like, when you, like, there's so much anti-women everything everywhere. Because they know women are the key. The mothers, the sisters, the wives, the girlfriends, all the people all the females that control the males. I know, I see. They're the ones that need to go to the men, the soldiers, the police, whoever it is, and tell, look, I need you. Do a 180, not a 360. Don't put your gun down. Turn the fuck around. You're here to protect us. They're going to send you across the country to go round up a family just like you have, while somebody dressed like you rounds up your family. Thumper! If you had to pick someone for president, who would you pick? Who would you have picked? And nobody isn't an answer. You just get rid of a leader. I wouldn't pick. I didn't pick. I had to pick from one of two choices, and I didn't. I refused. I'll never play that fuck. They tell you we're going to slap you with the right hand or slap you with the left hand, and you don't think picking no slap is an option? Come here. Thumper. These people are so fucking stupid. Good boy, go home. Getting chased? Yeah, he got down the street. Yep. I know. It's not you. Sure, sir. Yep. Who did you root for? I didn't root for you. See, again, like your intelligence level just is astounding to me. Like, you're told to pick, so you do. You'll be like, well, I don't like this person and I don't like that person, but I like this person left or less. You know, again, you're like, okay, so left or right hand? What hand are you? And the person's like, well, I'm right-handed. And you go, okay, haha, I'm smarter than you think. I'm gonna pick your left hand because I don't think you're as powerful with your left as you are with your right. So yeah, go ahead. Like you're just stupid. You know? You can't wrap your head around the idea that the most powerful thing we could have done is, 95% of the people they expect to show up and vote don't. That would send the real message. Even if one is better, they're only in the position they are because they're willing to kiss the ass they needed to kiss and do the thing they needed to do and turn the blind eye where they needed to turn the blind eye. Listen, this last election, the third party candidate was Jill Stein. Kamala had a J vice president and a J husband. So the first gentleman and the vice president would have been J. Or you have Trump, who is, quote, the greatest friend the Israeli people in Israel have ever known, according to Netanyahu. The man behind the Abraham Accords and all the rest of the bullshit. It's not you're just not thinking correctly. If you're watching, like, share, and sub. You don't do it because they tell you to do it. All you're doing is playing along. You're showing compliance. Yeah, I don't like it, but I'll do it anyway. I mean, it's our president, whether you like it or not. I think it may be stupid to think that we could just change our long-lasting democracy into something different. Well, considering this is supposed to be a constitutional republic, I think you need some educating. A democracy means 49% of the population's fucked. As long as 51% vote on it, 49% can eat a dick. That's not right. And not having a leader who starts the wars, who commands our army. Well, hopefully, you just said it right there. If we didn't have one of their leaders, who would start the wars? I don't think normal Goyim would do that. I don't think your average Goyim thinks, oh, you know what, let's commit genocide on a bunch of people, innocent people, and take their land. That's not our thought process. That's their thought process. And to say that we don't have a leader, well, we can have a leader, or we can have a group of leaders, but the system has to be different. The revolution isn't one thing or another. It's a system-wide revolution. Everything needs to change. And again, nothing's been right. If it was right, it'd still be that way. If somebody had gotten it right, if some country got it right, or anything had it right, they wouldn't have to force it on us. We would take it. We would steal it. If it's good enough, we'll steal it. No ism. The whole concept of socialism. Well, what about that's social? There's never been socialism. The technology and the resources and means weren't there. What was called socialism was communism, and even still, it's just manipulation and control. It's not like it doesn't define. It's all just imperial bullshit. It's manipulation. And it's not something any of us would do. If we had the choice, we wouldn't do it this way. A lot of us, we don't know what we would do, and that's fine. That's what I mean. There's, leadership and politics and all that kind of shit. Well, that's not everyone's forte. So those people should be able to trust that the people that are picked to do that have their best interest in mind. And our government, our system clearly doesn't. It's like, how much proof do you need? What part aren't you understanding? What part aren't you seeing? When you're arguing about 30 million illegal immigrants, you don't have anything to say about that. And that's just the base number. It's by the year's end, it's way more than $3.8 billion every year. And you don't you think if given the choice, if somebody said, okay, what do you think would be more important? You get to choose. That we tax the illegal immigrants that are working for fucking dollars an hour to keep the prices way down on the food we enjoy, and they're working back-breaking, horrible labor that nobody else wants to do, or we just stop giving Israel all that money. You're really going to pick the first us more money. Just the implementation of the system that would have to be put in place to facilitate the whole tax, that would cost money. But even if you taxed all those people at a normal tax rate, it wouldn't even come close to fucking $3.8 billion. Like how has your head been so manipulated, and you don't I mean, I get it, like maybe you didn't realize it, but once it's pointed out to you, what excuse do you have other than you're a racist? What excuse do you have? I'm not headed anywhere. Ringo bingo. That's awesome. I'm on a highway to hell with all of you guys, right? Because until we realize what's going on and we overthrow the J system that controls us, we're in a bad fucking situation. Don't you think it's strange that I can ask you, okay, so let me ask you, why do you think we give the Israelis so much money and the J so much power and control and compliance, without question? Why do you think that is? Give me some evidence that the Israelis are the good guys. Give me some evidence that the Israelis are the victims. And nobody ever has anything to say? Shouldn't that, for all of you that have been here for any period of time, you've seen me go live for hours on end, talking about basically the same shit all the time. There's plenty of people that come through and talk their shit. There's plenty of people that apparently don't like me, and yet nobody can come with any positive Israeli stuff. Shouldn't that say something to you? Shouldn't that wake you up? There's no positive Israeli shit anywhere. That doesn't make any sense, you guys. Well, it makes sense if you look at it from the reality point of view, which is that they're a disgusting cult, selfish, self-righteous cult who only cares about themselves and they're willing to do anything to maintain their power, then it makes sense. Their THERE food is pretty good, pretty okay, I guess. Don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They're like, their food is pretty okay, I guess. Should we not judge people on their actions and not beliefs? Are you insane? I'm talking about their actions. What part aren't you understanding about genocide, about child mutilation and molestation, about sexism and censorship and slavery? What aren't you understanding here? For example, a lot of people say Muslims are all terrorists, but some Muslims I know are the nicest people in the world. I feel it's harsh. Okay, but the people that say Muslims are all terrorists are fucking stupid. They're stupid. There's plenty of evidence to the contrary. And their belief structure isn't terroristic at heart. When we're talking about the Jays, the idea that one group of people is God's chosen people, and it's the God of other religions, not just their religion, that they have other religions thinking they are the best, and just the belief structure in itself is tainted. You're not going to convert to that position. You have to be born into that position. Do you have black friends? I did read it all, and it's dumb. I'm answering it. It's dumb. Well, there we go. It's starting to go. You don't actually answer for what I say. You don't answer for any of the accusations I make, or you don't actually come up with anything other than these goofy hypothetical nonsense. Why do you even hate the Jays anyway? Everything. From the pedophilia, the rape, to the supremacist beliefs, to the genocide, to all of it. Do you know these people? Do you know what they do to their own? Just the idea that one of the most important things in their belief structure is that they cut and suck baby penises, for circumcision ritual. That's disgusting. Why do we tolerate that? It's embarrassing. You really aren't very good at this. But not all Jays are pedophiles. Again, I didn't say they were all pedos. While you are judging someone on their belief and not their actions. Their actions are they support those that do. And they don't adamantly and vehemently demand that those that get caught doing those things are held accountable. Just like you don't see them, condemning what's going on with Israel. As a matter of fact, if you try to talk to any of them about it, they get very defensive very quickly. And they start saying all kinds of goofy shit. Well, they did something at one point. Well, they did something at one point over there. What about them? You're not supposed to say that. They all belong to a horrible cult. You might not partake in all of the rituals, but you don't condemn the rituals. And by acknowledging that you are a member of the cult, you support those rituals. This isn't like, this again, so how many NAMBLA members do you think are okay? The National Association for Man-Boy Love, or whatever it is. I don't know what the acronym fucking is. NAM, NAMBLA Association. Sure is interesting how my feed is so fucked up, right? Isn't that strange? So do you it's NAMBLA. He might not even be somebody that actually does do any of the relationships, but he supports their rights to do that. You okay with that guy? Well, that guy, he gives a lot of money to charity, and he's always hosting. He actually hosts these events for children. Once in a while, that's how he finds the children he ends up raping, because, you know, every once in a while, every year or so, he rapes another child, right, that he finds at one of these fundraisers. But he has these huge fundraisers, and he makes, you know, he brings a bunch of money in for cancer, and he does all this great stuff. He just, you know, he accept that he rapes a child every so often. You guys okay with that? We already know that there are the people on here that say shit like, you know, what all they gotta do is repent. If you repent, then you go to heaven. They're gonna believing in a structure that would have in the same heaven that you get to go to. Like, it's just fucking embarrassing, man. And it's even more embarrassing because you don't have any answers. You don't have any logic behind it. You just start doing stupid shit because you all of this. Not even like you go, well, you know, no. They bring a bunch of good to the world, and you don't even have that. First of all, yeah, not all Jays do it, but a lot more of them do than you think. And secondly, you know, the things that they're in control of, like Hollywood, well, anybody could control that shit. That's not a special skill. You love the Lord Jesus. Get the fuck out of here. Like, how could you be that stupid? It's such a stupid thing. And again, it once you read, it's not about Christians. The Bible is a J book. It's about the J's. Start to finish. How does that make sense? If you're watching, like, share, and sub. Told you, get used to hearing it. Help. If you oppose these things, then fucking do something about it. Don't just watch and move fingers in the butt. Do. And I always encourage the people that talk the most shit to share it with people that they know, because they do such a bad job. Maybe they could get somebody else that can actually make points. You know? It's just so fucking strange. How does anyone support this shit? Even the Jays. I mean, you know, other than you're a sick piece of shit Jay, how do you support Jayism? It's awful. From the way they treat their women, to the circumcision bullshit, to the fucking, you know, the way they view everyone else. Like, it's disgusting. Why would you ever want to be part of that shit? I don't get it, man. You can't sit here and say, oh, well, they're not all bad, and it's not all... Well, where are the good ones? Where are the good ones who can then tell me some good? Because, I you know, just like with most things, especially religious, if you start talking about the good stuff, well, that's all stuff that can be had anywhere. It has nothing to do with religion. Whether it's charity, whether it's, you know, the building of something, the creation of whatever, that has nothing to do with your religion. This just has to do with people. What's up, man? Good. What's up, dude? Same old same. It's that time of year. I don't know. It's so weird because it's like, if you try to talk to Christians, you're like, do you support Muslims? Do you support Muslims? Do you think we should give Muslims all this money? Do you support Muslims' rights to do this, Muslims this, Muslims? They're going to be like, no, oh, no. No, I'm a Christian. I don't. But let it be the Jays. Let it be this completely other different religion. And they're fucking dumb. Yeah, I'm gonna do that though. I'm gonna do that. That one's okay. And it's just so horrible. It's just such a horrible. Like, of all of them, this one is by far the worst. The way they do things, the way they believe, the way they look at everybody. They're not all about world peace and making everything better and how can we help each other and, oh, it's okay that you believe this, I believe. It's not like that. It's disgusting. It's the same type of disgust. Look at the comments. Look at how desperate and childish and stupid the comments are. Because that's all they can do. They don't have, they can't say anything any better. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm gonna go eat. So, y'all have a great day. Unless you're an Israel supporter, then get fucked. And you pedophiles, fucking kill yourself. Go get your free stuff too, by the way. Free download, www.the-bilderberg-group.com. It's free. I think we have it, don't we? No, we don't. It's free, so go get it. Share it with people. Go watch Hollywoodism, because Hollywoodism will be in the description as well. It's the link to the movie that explains it all. Otherwise, again, have a good day, unless you're a J or a pedophile. And you pedos, you kill yourself.